Hey everyone, Derpy here back with another Battle Pirates video. And this one's going to be kind of different. It's going to be misconceptions I see about generalist holes. Because I see on the page, on the game, on the forums, all the time, people are saying some things that I think aren't true about generalist holes. Let me just get started on the background of generalist holes. They were introduced as a way for people who don't have enough time to play or time to build ships, to build a ship to do every single thing every new 3 months or 4 months or whatever. So the idea was that you would build a fleet, and then rank that all up, build it all out, and then the first raid of the next cycle, you would refit it all and change it up completely. You wouldn't use the same build, you would use a different build. That's kind of the first misconception. This build right here I have on my screen is a fairly decent generalist build to do siege targets like the Scourge defense grids or whatever else with generalist ships. It has generalist cannons that only go on those. It's got generalist special. This is all set up for ballistic. It has radioactive and ballistic defense, perfect for those targets. But some people think generalist means it can do everything. So I'm just going to take this exact same build and throw it into the Forsaken mission. And people actually have had some minute success with that. But that's not the idea with it. In most cases, you're just going to do very poorly. The least amount you have to do is to change the special from being radioactive and ballistic defense to being defense against missiles and explosives. You have to change that to MX3. That's the very least amount of thing you can possibly do to change that up, because you were defending against the complete wrong damage types before. And you're also definitely, if you're setting this up to go against garrison targets, you want to add anti-mortars and anti-missiles on here, even remove some of your quick cannons, even if that means going overweight. Now this build will do better in garrison targets, but it's still not perfect for it. If you want to build generalist ships to hit garrison targets, you're going to need to use Empyreans, not the Zelos. The Zelos just doesn't have a good mortar setup to go with that. The Empyrean here actually can work well, and that you can put actually a special set of mortars here designed exactly for this. You can't just take the exact same chip in. You can see here, adapted Imperial Mortar D100Z, that's what you want to use. You want to use this behind a tank. And these specials, you don't want to use those. You want to use special mortar specials for these, and that actually do well against these targets. And the same is true for building a generalist or refitting a generalist to hit missile targets. You don't want to use mortars, you want to use missiles. So this build is the one that will do okay in mortar targets if you drive it correctly behind a good tank. That's the one that will kind of work. And you can even put things like a heavy mortar in this slot that will work well. You can't take this build into an assault target and expect that to work. You need a different build. Just to recap, just because it says generalist does not mean you can take it and do everything with it. That's what the name implies, but that's not the idea or how it actually works. What you have to do is refit it every week. You'll have an assault Zelos every 3 months. You'll have an assault Zelos and refit that into a corrosive defense Zelos to hit the Reaver Armadas, then you refit that again to the siege, and then again to the assault. You can't just use the same one over and over. And one thing that really helps, no matter what fleet you're using, is if you use a generalist specific hull, like the Empyrean MX Prime is designed to help out you in garrison targets. MX, mortar, explosive, that means garrison. The Zelos COM is corrosive and missile that's supposed to help you out in assault targets. You can't just take the Zelos COM and shove it into a garrison target and expect that to work. It won't. So, I hope this video helped kind of clear things up for you. If it did, make sure to pass that along to your alliance mates, your friends, or whatever. And this is just something I've seen some players struggling with. I just thought this video would help you all out. So this is Derpy, signing out, helping you be a better pirate.